friend of mine gifted me this lovely box of Blackwing pencils, and so today I'm going to open them up, check them out. I've never used Blackwing. I've heard lots of really great things, that they were used by all the, fancy people. So I'm just going to unbox this and show you what's in a gift box of Blackwing. It's the Blackwing starting point set, and everybody raves about these pencils, so let's check them out and see what's in the box. So first of all, it comes in this really beautifully packaged nice black box. It's simple but gorgeous. It has a list on the back of everything that's inside, pictures. It's a very well, beautifully packaged gift. So then this just slides off, and here we are. Holy smokes. So talk about care and packaging. This is gorgeous. This one's slid out of the thing, but it obviously sits in there. So in the box are 4 pencils and then erasers. So it comes with eraser replacement tips. So these are like, they look like little sticks of gum. And they break off and they'll slide into that, which I'll show you in a second there. At least I think I know how they go in. And so there's black and white, which that's an interesting, I've never ever seen a black eraser before. I've always just used like a gum eraser on a dark color. But that's an interesting concept. I'll have to try out for sure. So they just fit nicely tucked away in that little, it's all beautiful little foam packaging. And then this is the pencil sharpener. So it is, yeah, so it's on a little hinge back here, okay. And just a nice little, pencil sharpener, 2-hole. Catch your bits, so if you're outside sketching somewhere, you don't have to leave litter everywhere. You can collect them up nicely and conveniently for yourself. So then the pencils, the first one is a black pencil, and this is called the Blackwing Matte, and I think it's only referring to the actual paint on the pencil, the color on the pencil, because I don't believe the leads are any different, but we'll find out, I guess. So this one's called Blackwing Matte, and yeah, so that little eraser just pops right out of there and slides back in, so it can just kind of, go as you need it. So that those just break off. When you need a new one, you just put it in. So that's, and it feels really, it does feel nice. It does feel different than like a standard number 2 yellow pencil for some reason. And it feels longer. It feels more like a paintbrush for some reason. I guess because of maybe the end, but it just has more of a feel of like a paintbrush, which is interesting. And the next one is called, oh gosh, the writing is hard to read on that. Half the pressure, twice the speed is, oh, this one is the Blackwing 6002. So maybe they are different leads. I'm not really sure. On the box, the leads, it says, well, I guess, yes, soft. The black matte pencil is the soft. The pearl pencil, which I'm guessing is that one, is balanced. The 602 is firm, and the natural pencil is extra firm. So I guess they are different leads. And I said they're the leads are special, some sort of where does it go? There was something in here about them being specially created with by Japanese artisans, like specially created graphite just for them, I guess. So that's something. So that one is, I'll just put that here for reference, soft, and this one is firm. The pearl says it's balanced, so I'm assuming sort of a halfway between kind of thing. Interesting that they didn't pack it in between those two, but that's just me. And then this one is the natural one, and it is extra firm, so more like maybe an H or even an F pencil maybe, where I'm assuming this is going to be more like a 4B or higher, and this would be more like maybe just a straight HB, and then this even more than that, like an F or an H. So then it comes with these. I'm excuse my, you know, knowledge, not lack of knowledge, because I'm just opening this and figuring this out as we go. So, you know, so then these are point guards, which that I've never had for a pencil, and that I find really interesting. Which, what a great idea. Why don't all pencils come with that? So once you sharpened it, it just slides on to protect your point. What a great idea. I mean, that's brilliant. Because, you know, in your pencil case or whatever, because obviously I'm not going to carry them around in this box, but, you know, and you don't want your tips breaking and constantly sharpening, and, you know, so there's what's in the box. So let's sharpen one up and test it out a little bit. See if we like it. I'm sure I will. I love pencils of all sorts, so I can't imagine not liking this. By the way, I'm in no way is this video sponsored or anything by Blackwing or anyone else. It's just a gift that was given to me. Another artist who thought for my birthday that I would enjoy this, and they are absolutely right. I will always enjoy pencil. So it sharpens to a nice point. Well, not too pointy. I don't like them very pointy, so I'm never going to do that. But so it's just, maybe this is what is on my desk, because I'm also a steampunk maker. So let's just kind of do a little blind contour drawing. That is really nice and smooth. It is a nice feeling lead. This is a very nice lead. It's got some, you know, it is a nice feeling, sort of like I would make it akin to like a B or 2B maybe pencil. And so then once I was done with it, I would just slide my point guard on, and away I go, ready to go. Let's test the eraser out. Very nice. It's not leaving any weird marks. It is leaving a bit behind, but that's all right. Not enough to really make me angry. It is erasing well enough. And I've never ever seen a black eraser. That's really cool. So then let's try one of the firmer ones out. I'll just dump this. dump the... Let's try, this is the white one, which is the firm. Just to kind of compare the two. So that's an interesting sharpener as well. When it sharpens it down on the, when you use this side, I've never had this happen with a sharpener. This is, I'm sure it's purpose built or some way of them. So it sharpens, it just peels the wood off on this side, basically leaving the lead in its natural tube state. And then when you put it in this side, this just basically sharpens the graphite. So that's an interesting. So I was wondering why they had two hole when they're not really two sizes, and this one fit in and this one didn't really. So there's why. That's interesting. This one, I like this pencil a lot. Very smooth. It is very nice to work with. It's a very smooth. It is a very nice lead. I can see why people like these. I really can. And we'll put point guard on this guy. Oh, I should try the eraser. Oh, the white eraser is super nice. Look at that. Really just plows away. It kind of reminds me of the type of eraser I normally use, which is one of those Staedtler white. I don't know if I have one around here handy. I do. The Mars plastic erasers. These are the kind I normally use on something. And, you know, they work great, but they're big and bulky, and this one's been well loved. But they're nice erasers, but that reminds me very much of that type of eraser. Not, you know, it's a very nice eraser. It's not and if I press pretty hard, it's still, you know, or I can go, you know, pretty light. It still makes a very nice, not skippy, if that's a word. Yeah, that's a nice pencil. So I guess we should just try them all, eh? At this point, there's only two more. Put those up here, on the side there, for the sake of expediency. And I'll try to remember to show what I was talking about with the sharpener here. The only complaint I have is it doesn't hold a lot of lead, so you would need to, if you're out drawing, you would need to carry a little empty pill bottle or something, to baggy something to catch your, to put those in, because you don't want to just leave those laying around anywhere. But see, this is what I was saying. So this side, this is how it comes out. With basically, it's just peeled off the wood, but hasn't done anything to sharpen the lead, which is interesting. And then on this side, you go in, and I don't know if you can see that, how it's, but it just sharpens the lead or the graphite. So that's very interesting. I've never, maybe all two hole erasers do that, and I've just never realized it. So this one is the 602, which is the the white one, sorry, was the balanced. I said it was the firm. This one is the firm. So yeah, that one felt more like I said, an HB kind of pencil, number 2 pencil. So yeah, that would be balanced, I guess, in the HB sort of world. So this one is the firm. Oh yeah, you can feel that. It's much more like an H. I wouldn't go so far as say 2H because it's not that hard, but like an H maybe. It has a pink eraser, which they didn't give you any, but that's okay. So it has the standard sort of pink eraser, which works, you know, sort of like the number 2 pencil kind of eraser. Whoops, don't drop your pencils, Mary Jo. Try not to drop your pencils because you break the graphite and, you know, then you end up sharpening and sharpening and sharpening and it's a pain. So this is quite lovely. They're all nice to work with, I really have to say. They've all been very beautiful leads. And this one is finally the natural, which is the extra firm. So this one I'm thinking will be more like a 2H or higher. So let's see. As an aside, I used to work at a newspaper, and there was a consultant came one time. They were revamping everything, and this guy came. He was an artist as well, and he was interesting to talk to. He was an older gentleman, and he was so interesting to talk to. But he and I had a conversation about pencils because I was sitting there sketching one day, and he said that he used like just a standard yellow number 2 pencil, but would always sand it or shave it down, like whittle off the paint, because he couldn't stand working with the paint feel on the pencils, and he would always sand them down till they look like this, which I just kind of thought that was funny. Personally, that's never been an issue for me, but I did try it just to see what he was saying, and in a way I can get with what he was saying, that it felt less I don't want to say painted because obviously that's the thing, but it did feel different somehow, like it was a very subtle difference, but I could see why, I guess, that he did that. It did kind of maybe change your relationship with the pencil, plus then the act of like sanding each one off is sort of a methodical, meditative maybe process to get you in the zone for drawing. I'm not sure, but it was an interesting conversation, just as an aside. So anyway, back to business here. This is the natural, which is the extra firm. I don't really feel much difference between this one and the 602. Let's do a little bit of this business. So this is the firm, extra firm, right? Extra firm. Make sure I'm still in the camera here. This one is the firm. This one is the balanced. And this one is the soft. So I like all of them. And there's really, like when you're drawing with it, I mean, you can see some very minor, like you can obviously see the difference between this and this. This is more subtle, this is more subtle, but, and you know, between here and here, but you can see the differences. And this is like a fatter, softer, you can just see that it's a softer, fatter lead, and it is nice to work with. And so depending on what you're doing, you know, it's like choosing an HB pencil or a 2H or a 6B, you know, what you're doing depends on what you're doing. But all in all, these are super nice pencils, and thank you, Lorraine. I really do appreciate you gifting me these for my birthday. And so there you have it. That's my take on these beautiful pencils. They are very nice. They're rather expensive, I think. I don't think I think I'm not even sure how much this set would be normally. You can maybe look that up and amend it and put a link in below in the description box, because I don't know how much these are, but I feel like they're probably expensive if they're packaged like this and sold this way. That's my guess. But you know, for a nice treat for yourself, or if you really, you know, if that is a meaningful purchase that you're able to afford, or you know that it's going to be something that really changes your drawing, then you know, go for it. They're beautiful pencils to work with. They really are. And so that's my review on the Blackwing pencils. Hope you enjoyed that. And again, I'm in no way sponsored by Blackwing. There's no whatever affiliation of any sort. I'm just trying them out. So I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll chat later.